Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel, Anna Bella, and today I'm going to be reviewing Queen plus Adam Lambert, the documentary. You've got to watch this. Let's get to the review. Okay, let's get this out of the way. The idea of replacing Freddie Mercury in Queen with a new frontman is jarring. I'm just going to say, it is jarring, even though it has been significant time since Freddie Mercury tragically passed. But there are certain requirements to be the frontman of Queen. Not that we want to checklist anybody, because you can't have a checklist for a frontman. I think that that's silly, because each frontman has their unique attributes and traits, because everybody is unique. First, you've got to be able to sing and hit those high notes. Freddie Mercury had an incredible range. The man could sing opera and make it sound like rock. So that is incredibly difficult. His charisma and charm and his ability to rock the stage and to strut like the gay peacock he was, like a queen, literally. So all of these requirements are needed. So let's check Adam Lambert. Not that we want to create a checklist, but first and foremost, he's gay, so that is good. And weirdly enough, the frontman of Queen, I think, should always be gay, because I know that Brian May and Roger did ask George Michael to be the frontman of Queen. George Michael very wisely ran to the hills. Not that George Michael couldn't do it, because he could, but he was George Michael. Why would he want to be seen to steal somebody else's dead thunder? No. George Michael was very wise in, I can't do it, I don't want to be disrespectful, I'm George Michael, not Freddie Mercury. I fully get that. He could have done, because he had the range and he had the ability to strut, but he didn't want to. And I think that that's very wise. But I like the fact that they asked, because it's almost as if Roger and Brian have been going, we need a new frontman, anybody want to take this on? And everybody's been going, no, we can't replace that icon, type thing. And enter Adam Lambert. He's young enough in his career, he's established enough to have a solo career that freaked out most of mainstream America. Loved that rendition of Let Me Entertain You, for obvious reasons. He also built his career steadily, so the whole American Idol thing, and the fact that he comes from the theatre, so he's trained. So he's not just like somebody who hasn't got the skills, he's also got the pipes. His singing voice is beautiful. His version of Believe by Cher brought Cher to tears. In fact, it brought everybody to tears. It was that good. All he needs to do is some opera. Doesn't sing opera yet. Anyway, moving swiftly on from that. So we've established gay, can strut like a peacock, and has got the pipes. So the three requirements are met. But does he work with the band? Yes, he does. And the documentary illustrates this beautifully. But the thing is with the documentary is you have the story of Queen, which goes from like the late 1960s all the way through until Freddie Mercury's sad passing of AIDS, and they've woven Adam Lambert's story in to show, even as a child he was working in the theatre, he was doing this, it covers his American Idol period, it covers his solo career. Yes, he didn't win American Idol, but actually that was a blessing, because it allowed him to be far more creative, and he is, cough cough, the new Velvet album, which is fabulous. I get George Michael vibes from just watching that video, because he's fabulously dressed, but that's beside the point. I think that the documentary is 5 out of 5. I think that Adam Lambert does meet, excuse me, terrible voice there, does meet the requirements to be the Queen frontman. And yes, it's a little jarring when you hear it for the first time, because you're expecting to hear Freddie's voice, and then there's somebody else's voice, and you're just like, oh, and then you go, oh, it's fine, he's hitting the notes, he can do it. And it's different, and it should be different, because that's no disrespect to Freddie, it's actually honouring him by being different. It's like, you wouldn't take on a big part, say Batman or the Joker, and play it exactly the same as somebody else. No, 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 you have to be totally different, because then you put your stamp on it. And that's being creative. It's taking something that has been done before and reinventing it. Not that Queen needs reinventing or remoulding, but I'm loving the fact that on the Queen's logo it's got a phoenix, because phoenixes rise from the ashes. You've got two lions, which are Roger and John's star sign. You've got the crab for Brian, and then weirdly enough, Freddie Mercury actually has two figures, the two little fairies, which is Virgo. But that's kind of like including Adam, because it's a fairy, That's just a UK term for somebody who's gay, by the way, and it's not offensive because it's like, oh, I'm glittery fairy, lots of glitter. Yes, lots of glitter. We like the glitter. So it has been used as an insult, but you can turn it around and say, yes, darling, I am. So it's okay. Love the documentary, found it fabulous, think it's really, really good. They're performing Queen and Adam Lambert, or is it plus Adam Lambert? I'm not quite sure because it's the plus sign, is that add, or is that plus, or is that an and? Anyway, moving swiftly on from whatever that connective is, they're performing at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, which is awesome. Queen will be performing for the Queen with Adam Lambert. Admittedly, it would have been preferable to have Freddie there, but then again, Freddie Mercury would have probably been Sir Freddie by now. So all Adam Lambert has to do is learn to sing some opera, and I'm sure he will. He needs to just take lessons and go and do some opera, and then he'll be fine. He'll have covered all his bases. Elvis could sing opera, Freddie Mercury could sing opera. I'm very much sure that Adam Lambert at some point in his career will do the whole opera thing. And then when he's done that, he will be fine. But he's young enough to be able to grow and develop and change his style and play around with it. And it's great that he's got an established solo career alongside the Queen stuff, because that's where Freddie Mercury really struggled, because he struggled to balance his own sort of creativity and the needs of the band. But the needs of the band was that hot house of creativity, because Queen has its ability to be Queen because each one of the four members contributed something to the creative process. So through the arguments and the struggle, you actually got really good work. Freddie, when he was solo, didn't have that sounding board to bounce off, so there's that. But anyway, the documentary on Netflix is great. It's also on YouTube, because that's where I watched it the second time, because I tried to find it on my Netflix account and I was like, it's gone, where's it gone? Come back, because it's really good. I want to watch it a second time. There's also a BBC documentary about Queen, which is really, really good. That ends up with Queen going and singing, well, going and playing the music and singing, because they do that as well, with the soul guy. Forget his name, that's terrible, but that's not the point. 5 out of 5 for this documentary. I really liked it, and I think Adam Lambert has done a really, really good job, because they are big shoes to fill. It's like, how do you fill the shoes of an icon? No wonder why George Michael ran to the hills. He was like, no, not that he couldn't have done it. He could have done, but he was like, I'm George Michael, not Freddie Mercury. I want to be George Michael over here. I don't want to take somebody else's music and run with it. Whereas now I think we are very much used to having people cover other people's work continually. Thank you X Factor, American Idol and Britain's Got Talent for that. But it's good that Adam Lambert writes his own material, because perhaps we might get some new Queen material with Brian, Roger and Adam Lambert. That might be good if they were to do, say, a new album with new songs with the new Queen, like Phoenix Rising from the Ashes. That would be good. I think new Queen music, get Adam Lambert doing some opera, jobs are given. I don't know, people will be like, why do you want him to sing opera? I'm like, he's got the pipes to do it. Maybe he could do a load of ballads in his next album or something, you know, just to jazz it up a bit. I mean, Elvis did opera, it didn't hurt his career at all, did it? You know, just saying. Anyway, 5 out of 5 for the Queen and Adam Lambert story. It was really good how you had the Queen story and the Adam Lambert story side by side until they came together. Beautiful marriage, and long may it continue. So that is that. Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel, Anna Bella, and today I'm going to be reviewing Queen plus Adam Lambert, the documentary. You've got to watch this. Let's get to the review.